It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Titans' veteran linebacker, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Titans and the Thunderbirds, and it's coming up next.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Tennessee Titans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
It made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And fights him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now. What defense you're in, that was totally a blown coverage.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Off the play fake, Mills. Flush to his right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Mills able to make something out of it and pick up the first down with his legs.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Third and short yardage, Mills eluding the pressure right. thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw is on target to Burks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And it'll be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Mills now looks to throw on first down. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Amari Hooker. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Mills to throw it. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On third down, here's Mills. He's got a man, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game, and could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
A first down throw for Mills. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. The kick by Bass is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there. Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw is Tannehill. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Marlon Davidson able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Morstead on to punt it away. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up in Motown. Kansas City heading north to take on Detroit. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. The Lions were losers a week ago, so they are desperately trying to avoid dropping 2 straight to start the year. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. But meanwhile, for the Titans, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast and in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now to Mechie on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Mills on first down. Open man completes it to Claypool. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
throwing. Mills. And it's caught. Touchdown. Preston Williams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are able to strike for 6. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now to Mechie on the jet sweep. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They'll run with Pollard. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Here's Pollard again. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Bass is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. You got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Pass caught by Hooper. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Here's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up. Now Tannehill. It's complete. Burks. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Tannehill to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Throwing Tannehill. Oh, he stays up. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leads them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.